Welcome back to the pod. I'm currently sitting in my office, all dressed up and all packed up to go to start off my triple header wedding weekend. So it's going to be a long weekend. And I'm uploading this, or not uploading, I'm recording this intro right now because I had a different podcast episode planned for number 76 to come out. But then in the Shine and Thrive photography community on Facebook, I had an amazing question come in from Alyssa, and I thought it was literally the perfect time for me to release this episode because depending on where you are in the world, depending on your wedding season, whether some places in the world we have opposite wedding seasons to each other. I'm in Ontario, Canada, so our wedding season, I'm recording this right now, what is it, September 17th. So we have about a month and a half to 2 months left of wedding season. And as soon as she asked me that question, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to put this on the podcast because I know many of you are either just starting out your photography business or wanting to switch into being like solely just a wedding photographer, but you feel stuck because you're like, Sarah, I want to be a wedding photographer, but how do I book weddings if I have no wedding portfolio, right? It's like this really like limbo-y place to hang out in. And so her question was amazing and I got to dive into answering that. And just to give you a heads up, the audio is a little different because I was actually answering her question when I was in the Yukon. So I did it just via my cell phone. I went live to answer questions just like I do weekly in the Shine and Thrive photography community. So if you're not hanging out there yet, definitely search it on Facebook right now because you can literally ask me questions directly and you have so much more support from me there. So I would highly suggest you go check it out and we can hang out more. So yeah, that's my little intro for this episode. What else did I want to say? I wanted to say something else. Oh yeah, okay. So once you tune into the episode and you hear the question from Alyssa and then you hear me answer it, don't just like turn off the episode because I'm going to be right back to tell you exactly what she DM'd me just a couple days later after her putting what I told her into action and her actually seeing the results. So I want you to see that what I taught in my answer to Alyssa actually can create results for you too. And it'll give you that like inspiration, motivation for you to like put that time and effort into it so you can also get the same results or similar ones that she had. So keep tuning in into the rest of the episode, and I hope that you get a lot of value out of this answer. When I first started my wedding photography business back in 2011, I made just $5,000 in my business. Now, I bring in multiple six figures per year while working only 30-hour weeks serving my dream couples. I'm here to help you discover that it's so possible to have what you want when you want in your business so that you can create the life you've always dreamed of and deserve. Alyssa Walters. I might be one of the only people who has this question, but I'd figured I'd ask it anyways. Of course, because guess what, Alyssa? Most likely you're not the only person with this question. So I love that you just asked it. How can I get second shooter opportunities for weddings without having a gallery or portfolio of wedding content? I am part of some second shooter groups, and every inquiry is met with 10 to 15 people who have full on up and running wedding businesses. I shot 2 weddings years ago, but I would never dream of using those photos as an example of my work today, as I have grown so much and those photos sadly make me cringe today. I have galleries of portrait work that I am proud of and can show, but I just have a hard time standing out to other photographers looking for second shooters when they have established wedding photographers offering to do the job as well. Thank you so much. Okay, first thing that stood out to me, and I literally bolded it, Alyssa, is I just have a hard time standing out to other photographers. Take that in. I just have a hard time standing out to other photographers. If that is your mentality, if that is how you're programming your brain right now, if that's the thought that you have, you're focusing on what's not possible. You're focusing on what's hard right now. You're focusing on the idea, the story in your mind that other photographers won't notice you because you're having a hard time standing out. And if that's what you're playing on repeat in your head, then that's what the reality that's going to be created in your reality. Because when you focus on how hard something is, you're not focusing on finding the solutions, the possibilities, the things that can solve the problem for you. So number one, let's get rid of that. You cannot be saying, I'm having a hard time standing out to photographers, because that's what you're going to get in your reality, okay? So some ideas, right? For example, I know someone replied saying styled shoots are amazing, right? They can help you out a lot with just starting to build your content. And I think I noticed, Alyssa, that you replied saying, oh yeah, I've been looking out for some styled shoot opportunities, right? So this is where I say to you, create your own opportunities. So you can be the one that puts together a styled shoot, that reaches out to vendors, that puts it all together and makes it happen, right? You can do that. I've done that. Like when I was first starting out, I wasn't getting reached out to me about styled shoot opportunities because I didn't really have a portfolio. So why would people ask me, right? So I was the one that reached out to vendors and I told them what they would get out of it, right? So reach out, and especially reach out to vendors that are also kind of maybe just starting out their wedding photography, their business, right, as vendors. And then the best way to go about this is email them and be like, hey, so I'm looking to just build my portfolio more in the wedding industry. And I really think that this would be beneficial for both of us if we put together a styled shoot, because that way I would be able to give you images of your work and you can share that on your social media. You can share that on your website. And I would love to help you also grow your business. So how could someone say no to that, especially if they're just starting out their business as well? So that's an idea, right? And now that I'm thinking about, okay, you have those like portrait examples from styled shoots for your portfolio. Next level is if you do want to be more of a storytelling photographer, you need more like actual wedding day moments, which you're probably feeling stuck on. Because Alyssa, I know you enrolled in my intuitive storytelling course, so I know you're like, yeah, but I need, full wedding day moments too. So this is where, again, create your own opportunities. This is where you can go and message photographers and ask them if you could shadow them for free on wedding days. And what am I going to tell you to do? I'm going to tell you to tell them what they are going to get out of it. It's not about you in this moment, even though it is about you. But if you put that aside and just just be like, I want to shadow you on a wedding day. I'm going to carry your stuff. I'm going to take so many behind the scenes photos of you so you can market yourself on social media. I'm going to take behind the scenes videos of you doing your thing so you can create reels on Instagram. So you can have stories of you doing your work behind the scenes on Instagram. I want to be there for you. And then once you've outlined that, just be like, I would love it also if I could just shoot on the side to practice. And of course, I could give you all the raw photos if you want your clients to also be able to, if you find some gems in there for your client to have those, I would love to do that. And then what you just make sure, Alyssa, that the agreement is that you will get to use those photos that you take for your portfolio. And I'm sure, like, with the way that the industry is right now, it's very much community over competition. It'll, like, people will be like, yeah, of course, like, I know how it feels to just get started. So if you can come help me get behind the scenes stuff, and then, you practice on the side and just start up your portfolio, like, they'll be more than happy to do that. So you reach out to photographers, make it like a goal this week, like, just to reach out to 10 photographers, create a template email, and just say, I want to do this for you. Will you be open to help me out in this way too? And I'm promise you're gonna get people that are like, yeah, you know what, come along, come along. And that is how you grow your portfolio. And Alyssa, I highly suggest you do this now, like ASAP, like literally as soon as you watch this right now, start drafting up that template email. Find 10 photographers to reach out to, even 20. The more you reach out to, the better, because we only have 2 months left of the season and you need portfolio work now for the future, right? Because you want to be booking your 2022 weddings in the winter. So I hope that this inspires you, motivates you. I feel intuitively that you're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I needed to hear. And it's gonna light a fire under your ass to like make that happen for yourself, right? So again, instead of saying, I just have a hard time standing out to other photographers, let's switch it to, I have an easy time creating opportunities for myself. I have an easy time creating opportunities for myself. Write that down, or another, sentence that really makes you believe that that thing that you're writing down, because it's so important that you believe the thing that you're writing down in order for you to actually embody it and then create those results. So this is a great question and I cannot wait. Please like literally message me, let me know as soon as you get an opportunity to shadow someone and like practice second shooting, all of that. Please message me, let me know. I really want to know that you've got that because I know you will. Okay, I'm back, and I hope that your brain is lit up with new ideas of how you can create opportunities for yourself and how to switch up the language in your mind to feel more empowered and in control of your life rather than thinking life is happening to you. You can actually make life happen for you, right? Okay, so let me just tell you the DM that I got literally, I think it was the day after I answered her question. So this is what she messaged me. She's like, Sarah, I emailed 13 photographers last night after your suggestion of reaching out and offering to assist for free and take behind the scenes photos and videos of them in exchange for being allowed to use the photos I take in my portfolio. Well, I now just heard back from one of those photographers and she's super willing to have me come along with her on a wedding. We're going to talk on the phone next week and discuss schedules. Thank you so much for giving me the kick in the ass that I needed. I'm so grateful for you and your always honest and amazing advice. Thank you times a million. So, as soon as she wrote me that, first of all, I sent her a voice note. I'm like, thank you, dude, for actually following up and telling me because, like, this is what gives me the energy to, like, keep sharing information and keep answering questions and all of that. And I was just so proud of her. I told her, I'm like, I'm so proud of you that you actually took what I said, put it into action right away. And it's all thanks to you that you see these results. So it was all her. And then also now, so I actually did message her. I'm like, oh, can I have your permission to like have all this on the podcast, right? And she's like, yeah, of course. And then this is what she messaged me. And this is about maybe, let me see, I'm looking at my DMs, like maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks after that DM that she sent me. So this is what she wrote. She's like, hey, of course you can share this on the podcast. Your advice was so helpful to me, and I know it'll be helpful to others in the same my same position. Also, 3 total photographers have responded and said they'd love to have me along, and I'm assisting with one of them next month. I'm also attending a styled shoot in Yosemite next month, and I'm putting myself out there as a model in exchange for discounted tickets so that my husband and I can afford to attend and get some amazing photos for my portfolio. And to top it all off, I'm setting up my own styled shoot in November and I'm adding some extras to the shoot as guests so it can look more like a real wedding. I'm so excited for the next few months, and your advice really gave me the push I needed. Wow, talk about like a freaking like literally star student. She literally took all my advice and put it into action, like all of it. She reached out to photographers, she created her own styled shoot. She also went above and beyond and like attending a styled shoot in Yosemite. Like how incredible is that? So Alyssa, I am so freaking proud of you. And for those of you that are tuning in and it's like almost the end of September, it's not too late. So again, your homework for today is the exact same homework I gave Alyssa. I want you to put together a template email reaching out to 10 different photographers, asking them if you can shadow them and if you can use those photos for your portfolio, if you can help them, if you can, give them all the benefits that they would receive from you being there, right? And also, I have to say this, just FYI, because I know that a lot of you might be like, well, I'm going to ask Sarah. So I get asked a lot, very often if people can shadow me on weddings. And I'm just going to say straight up from the very beginning, so to save you time, that I don't offer that just because I personally just love to be on my own, non distracted. Is just the way that I work best. So I don't actually offer that. And that is exactly why I created intuitive storytelling, my intuitive storytelling course. because it's a full course teaching you exactly how I shoot on a wedding day. There's footage from a whole wedding day behind the scenes of how I shoot and why I shoot that way. And you can literally virtually shadow me that way. And there's a support group. You can ask me questions and all of that. So because there was so much demand and photographers asking me, hey, can I learn from you? Can I shadow you on a wedding day? That's why I created that course. So if you are interested in that, then you can go to saramonica.com/intuitive storytelling and you can check out that course. And it's pretty much freaking epic because it feels like you're right there beside me the whole wedding day. But outside of that, I want you to reach out to 10 different photographers. You will get rejected, but hey, you will also, I'm sure of it, get some yeses as well. So if you get rejected, that's just all part of the process. Don't take it personally. Just reach out to like 5 more photographers. Just do that. And I promise you, you'll start seeing results. And the results that we want is for you to start building that portfolio so that in the winter, you can share those images on Instagram, on your website, and you can start booking those 2022 weddings and get the ball rolling on becoming a wedding photographer or just, growing your wedding photography business, right? So I wish you all the best. And again, if you actually do this homework and you start seeing results, please DM me on Instagram. I want to hear from you. My Instagram, I'm like, what's my Instagram? My Instagram is at Sara Monika Photo, Sara no H, Monika with a K. And yeah, I can't wait to hear from you and I can't wait for you to get all the yeses. Talk to you soon. Yay! Thank you so much for hanging out with me and tuning into this episode. If you got value out of it, please feel free to message me on Instagram at Sara Monika Photo. That's Sara no H, Monika with a K photo to let me know. I get so freaking energized hearing from others that what I've said has had a positive impact on their lives. Also, make sure to hit subscribe to the Shine and Thrive podcast to never miss an episode. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you all the productive vibes your way so you have the best week ever.